Be careful. This is happening in your bathroom. There is a hole in it. And my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, listen carefully now. Archangel Michael is standing beside you right now. He is not smiling. He is not at peace. He is trembling with an urgency that heaven has never seen before. The angel who once guarded heaven's gates with a flaming sword is now raising a different kind of alarm. Not against demons of the outer world, but against a hidden darkness that has crept quietly into your life. Michael says it's an emergency. Do not ignore this. Open your ears. Open your spirit. This message is about your bathroom, but it is more than physical. This is about what was hidden behind your walls, behind your silence, behind your distraction, behind your pain. You never thought your bathroom was a portal. You thought it was the safest space, the place where you let your guard down. But God says you were letting down your guard while something was watching you. A hole carved so perfectly into the wall exists behind where your eyes can see. A hole that looks small from the outside, but it's connected to a long and winding spiritual tunnel that reaches all the way to something or someone who should not be there. You didn't notice. You brushed your teeth. You washed your face. You cried under the running water, thinking you were alone. But you weren't. Something else has been peering through. God says this is not a horror story. This is a divine revelation, and if you ignore it, you will regret it so deeply that your soul will weep for decades. Archangel Michael says he was trying to get your attention for months. Every time your water made an unusual sound. Every time your bathroom light flickered for no reason. Every time your mirror fogged up even when the water was cold. Those were signs, signals, messages. But the enemy knew how distracted you had become. The enemy took advantage of your fatigue. They used your tiredness as camouflage. While you were emotionally exhausted, they moved spiritually. While you were sleeping, they were planning. A woman, yes, a real breathing woman paid someone to install something inside your house. Not to steal from you, not to kill you, but to watch you, to learn you, to collect your patterns, your rituals, your behaviors. God says this was no ordinary spying. This was spiritual surveillance. This was a contract made between a human and a demonic entity who promised her power if she could deliver your vulnerability. That woman has visited your house once, before. You didn't recognize her. You thought she was harmless. She smiled too politely. She complimented something irrelevant. But her eyes lingered too long. That day, she looked directly at your bathroom door and smirked. That wasn't random. There is a camera hidden behind the tile, but not just a physical one. There is a spiritual eye watching you from dimensions beyond the natural. You wonder why you feel drained every time you leave your bathroom. Why you suddenly remember painful memories while brushing your hair. Why you hear whispering noises when the water is running? God says because something was planted there. A cursed object was hidden, wrapped in a black cloth, sealed in oil, and tucked inside the wall before the paint dried. It's been there for a long time. Feeding, growing, waiting for a divine opportunity to attack you when you're weakest. But heaven just canceled the attack because you opened this message. Archangel Michael says he pushed this message into your life at this exact time because tonight something was scheduled. A ritual involving your name, your photograph, and the coordinates of your bathroom was going to be performed in secrecy. Someone was going to speak against you while calling your name 3 times into a mirror. That ritual was supposed to succeed. But heaven has rewritten the script. The enemy forgot one thing. God sees behind every wall. God hears what is whispered behind closed doors. And God chose this very hour to expose the entire plot. Michael says the hole is not just in your wall. It's a symbol, a representation of something missing in your trust, your spiritual protection, your prayer life. The enemy exploited the crack, but God is sealing it now, not with cement, but with light. A holy light that will blind every evil eye that tried to watch you. A divine fire that will travel down the tunnel and burn every cursed object connected to your life. But you must not ignore this. You must walk into your bathroom today and declare these words out loud. In the name of the Almighty God, I shut every hole, visible and invisible, spiritual and physical, emotional and generational. Every hole the enemy tried to peek through, I seal with heaven's light. Every watcher, every listener, every unholy monitor, I rebuke and blind you. You will see me no more. My bathroom belongs to God. My home belongs to heaven. No more watching. No more access. No more power. God says once you declare this, Michael will sweep through your home. But not just to cleanse, to replace. The hole will be replaced by an angelic gate. Where the enemy once had access, heaven will now dispatch surveillance of its own. Angels that don't sleep, don't blink, and don't compromise. These angels will guard every shower you take, every mirror you gaze into, every quiet moment you spend within those walls. You will no longer be observed. You will be protected. But this goes deeper. The bathroom was the first warning. There are 3 more places in your home that were compromised. One was in your storage space. One was in your mirror. One was in something gifted to you that now sits quietly on a shelf. That object holds energy. It carries spiritual fingerprints from the woman who cursed you. She gave it to you smiling. You received it innocently. But that item is how she locates you in the spirit realm. God says, remove it today. Don't delay. Don't hesitate. Pick it up. Throw it out. Break it if you must. But do not let it stay under your roof tonight. You were marked by heaven long before the enemy marked your walls. You were chosen for greatness. But your destiny has attracted attacks, surveillance, envy, and spiritual attempts to destabilize your peace. Every time you tried to rest, something stirred your mind. Every time you reached for joy, shadows pulled you back. God says those weren't coincidences. They were programmed disturbances designed to make you feel watched, invaded, unsettled. But they have expired. Their season is over. And the one who paid for your downfall has just been exposed in front of heaven's court. Archangel Michael says she will try again. She will cry crocodile tears. She will act like she's concerned for your well-being. She might text you randomly tonight. Ignore it. Do not respond. She's checking if her assignment succeeded, but she will receive a spiritual backlash for every curse she placed on you. God says, I will repay her for what she tried to do to you in the quiet. I saw her midnight rituals. I heard her chants and I silenced them before they reached your soul because you are covered. This is your final warning. Do not treat this message lightly. There are angels around your bed right now. One is holding a scroll. It has your name on it, and beside your name is a red circle, a divine alert. That circle was placed there last night when something nearly breached your spiritual gate. But because of this message, that red circle is now glowing gold. You have responded. You have opened. You have obeyed. And heaven will reward you with something you didn't even ask for: restoration, restoration of your mind, restoration of your finances, restoration of your confidence, restoration of your ability to feel safe. That's what the enemy really wanted to steal, your sense of safety. But God says no more. Your sanctuary will be sanctified. Every object the enemy used is losing its power now. Every mirror that reflected confusion will now reflect clarity. Every drop of water that once carried curses will now carry healing. Michael is commanding the waters to obey heaven. Your shower will become your revival space. Your mirror will become your prophecy portal. Your home will echo with God's voice. But God isn't done. There is one last secret you need to know. Someone from your family was involved. They gave access to your home unknowingly. They were deceived. They let the woman enter. They thought she was a friend. They didn't realize she was there on assignment. Forgive them. Don't blame them. They didn't know. But now that you do, lock the gates, spiritually and physically. Lock your bathroom door every night. Not for fear, but for spiritual symbolism. And each time you do, say this: God, I trust you. I close what the enemy opened and I open only what heaven has ordained. This act will break curses going back 3 generations. Yes, it's that serious. Yes, it's that deep, because you are not just healing yourself, you are healing your bloodline. You are sealing up the holes that others ignored. You are cleaning up the mess others passed down. You are becoming the breaker of patterns, the sealer of holes, the watchman of your house. Heaven is proud of you. Michael is ready. Your angels are on assignment. Now go into your bathroom. Speak with authority and remember, this is not a game. This is not imagination. This is a divine emergency. But heaven just intervened in time. You are safe now. But stay alert. The woman who cursed you still thinks you're unaware. She is watching from afar, waiting to see if her seed took root, but what she doesn't know is that her curse just boomeranged. And what was meant to watch you is now watching her. The eye she installed has been reversed. Now everything she sees will reveal her own downfall. God flipped the script. And it's all because you opened this message. You have been warned. You have been blessed. You have been set free. God says, my precious child, listen to me now. Archangel Michael is standing by your side with a trembling voice holding back tears. This is not an ordinary message. It's not another simple word to comfort you for the day. This is a sacred alarm, a divine interruption, a holy siren sent from the highest realms because something is happening right now and you have no idea. Archangel Michael says, this is an emergency. Don't scroll past this. Don't delay reading this. Don't think for a second that it doesn't apply to you, because if you ignore it, something irreversible will unfold. Michael is trembling. His sword is lifted. His wings are shielding you even as you sit right now. Because in the quietest part of your home, in the place you never suspect danger, the place you feel safe to be alone, something unnatural is happening. There is a presence. There is a hole and you've walked past it 1,000 times, but this time it's no longer harmless. You must read carefully. Michael says there is a hole forming in your bathroom. Yes, the one you've used without suspicion. No, you haven't noticed it yet. It's not always visible to human eyes. But from the higher realms, we see what your physical eyes cannot. The veil between worlds is thinning in that exact location. A channel is opening. A passageway someone else tried to use, and the hole is a result of their attempt to spy, to plant, to curse, or to watch. You have wondered why you feel heavy after showering. You have ignored the goosebumps on your skin even when the water is warm. You have pushed aside the sudden headaches that rise when you enter, the mood swings after you leave, and the moments when you feel like someone is behind you while you wash your face. That's not imagination. That's not coincidence. Michael says, someone created a link. Someone who does not love you the way they claim. Someone with envy, bitterness, and spiritual darkness. And they couldn't attack you directly because God covered you. So they looked for the weakest point in your space, the most private point, your bathroom. It started with whispers, it became rituals. And now a tear in the veil exists in your space. God says, my child, I sent Michael to fight for you, but the agreement is spiritual law. You have to know. You have to hear. You have to believe. You have to take action. My angel cannot fight what you won't recognize. And that's why this message is arriving now. Michael says, the hole is not just a physical crack. It's a spiritual tear. A portal opened not by heaven but by unauthorized hands. At certain hours, 3 a.m., 4:13 a.m., 2:22 a.m., the energy spikes. There are sounds that don't belong to this dimension. Whispers and frequencies too low for your ears, but loud in the spirit realm. Someone is watching you. Someone placed something and they're hoping you'll remain ignorant just one more day. The one behind this is a woman. Her face is familiar. She's not always aggressive, but deeply deceptive. She once asked to use your bathroom. She smiled at you afterward and gave you a compliment that felt strange in your gut. That day, she brought something with her. She left something behind. It wasn't physical. It was spiritual. Her words, her thoughts, her intentions mixed with the object she placed in her shoe, her scarf, her sleeve. The hole began to grow from that very day. God says that's why your dreams shifted after that visit. That's why you started forgetting things. That's why you felt your self-esteem shaking. That's why you've had moments where you look in the mirror and feel disconnected from your reflection. It's not just emotional exhaustion. It's spiritual contamination. Michael says, your home was meant to be a temple. But this woman acting in shadows tried to make your bathroom a gateway. And God is exposing it now because the timing is critical. There is a limited window to close the breach before something worse steps through. Heaven is alert. The scroll of your name has reached the throne of the Most High. Gabriel has declared your name in the council of angels. Michael has been dispatched. But your agreement is needed. Michael is weeping because so many ignore these messages. They shrug and scroll. They doubt and delay. And by the time they believe, it's too late. But you are not just anybody. You were chosen to receive this message because your spirit was sensitive enough to feel the call. You felt something in your spirit pulling you. That was Michael's cry. God says, there's still time, but barely. If you act now, the breach can be sealed. If you pray now, I will send my fire into that hole. If you cleanse now, I will restore the spiritual purity of your home. If you anoint now, I will destroy the residue of that woman's ritual. But if you wait, Michael says, the hole will grow. The influence will spread. You will find that your peace evaporates slowly like steam. Your mind will wander. You'll fight people you love. You'll wake up tired. You'll be physically present but spiritually clouded. That is their goal, that is her plan. But she is unaware that heaven has intercepted her plot and you are now holding the warning in your hands. God says, I gave you authority. I gave you discernment. I gave you power. Now I give you instruction. Michael says, get olive oil. Pray over it. Declare it sanctified. Speak my name over it. Then go to the bathroom. Pour a drop in each corner. Speak aloud. Every unholy presence. Leave now in Jesus' name. This room is under divine surveillance. I close every portal. I seal every hole, I reclaim my spiritual territory. Then Michael says, flush salt down the toilet while declaring every residue of evil go down and never return. You may feel chills. You may feel dizzy. That's confirmation. That's breakthrough. God says after this, light a candle. Play worship music. Leave the light on for 30 minutes. You're not just purifying a room. You're declaring war on what tried to hide in your house. Michael says the woman will sense the shift. She will message you. She may ask if you're okay. She may casually say she was thinking of you. That's her spiritual sensors reacting to the cut-off. Do not reply immediately. Wait 3 days. Let the cleansing complete. After that, speak only when your spirit is at peace. God says, this isn't just about your bathroom. This is about your legacy. Because if this hole remained open, it would have drawn in more than spirits. It would have affected your finances, your love life, your health, your divine path. That's why I am speaking now. Because I love you. Michael is crying not from weakness but from urgency. Because he sees the plans that were supposed to unfold in darkness. He sees the shadows that were trying to reach you through an opening you never suspected. He fought them. He won time and now it's your turn to act. God says, I know you're tired. I know you've been hurt. I know you've been betrayed, but this moment is holy. This message is not random. It was timed perfectly. The woman who planted that curse thought you would never know. She even mocked the idea of divine protection. But she forgot something. I am the God who sees all. And I will not let my child fall. Michael says, you may feel afraid reading this. That's okay, but don't stay in fear. Turn that fear into fire. Turn it into faith. Speak back to the unseen realm. I am not afraid of you. My God protects me. Michael fights for me. The blood of Jesus covers me. God says this will pass, but you must act tonight if possible. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't delay until the weekend. The hole is growing. The energy is shifting. But my power is greater. My fire is ready. My angels are armed. Just give the command. Michael is still beside you. He sees you. He believes in you. He's whispering, you are stronger than they thought. You are wiser than they knew. You are not alone. Heaven is backing you. God says, after this cleansing, watch what happens. Doors that were stuck will swing open. Relationships that were tense will suddenly come. Your sleep will be deeper. Your thoughts will clear. And even people who had turned against you will suddenly lose interest in attacking you because they will sense a wall they can no longer cross. This is spiritual warfare. But you are not a victim. You are a warrior. This hole in the bathroom was the enemy's sneakiest attempt. But now you've been informed. And once light enters darkness, darkness must flee, Michael says. When this is over, burn incense. Write down how you felt before and after. Document your dreams for the next 3 days. There will be signs, confirmations, even physical evidence. A crack will seal. A leak will stop. A sound will cease. That's how you'll know the hole is closed. God says, my child, never again underestimate the power of your prayer.